What's up, guys? It's TechnoViking23 coming to you today with some Raid Shadow Legends, and we are here on the new 2023 free-to-play account. Trying to push actually some Nightmare Clan boss today. I had some pretty good keys last night. I got a 13 and a 14 million key on Nightmare finally, just after a couple of gear improvements on my team. So I thought I would try to at least 4-key Nightmare today for the first time, see if we can go ahead and push through. I did do a key earlier in the day. It was a little disappointing. I only hit 11 million on it. That's just kind of the RNG factor that comes into it now when we're trying to push up with this team that still has pretty weak gear overall. The only thing I can really think of also that's helping maybe a little bit is we did finish booking out Chani finally, so she has all of her books done, and that's pretty good, allowing her to have some pretty good cooldowns on her abilities now, and also a little bit of extra damage. But actually, what I wanted to talk about today is we did the video yesterday on the free-to-play account about if we were going to pull for the 2x Ancients or save for the Fusion event that's coming up. And, ultimately we decided basically that on a newer account, it's kind of advantageous to pull for the 2x Ancient event. We had a lot of Ancient Shards, 33 actually, by the time it was all said and done, that I was able to pull on this account. And unfortunately, we didn't really get anything. And I didn't even get like a Frozen Banshee. We just got quite a few chickens for the most part, and I didn't even get any rosin fusion fodder. We didn't pull a single rosin fusion rare that we needed. I didn't pull any, as a matter of fact, so it was really kind of frustrating and a little bit of a letdown. And then I went on to my other free-to-play account, the one I've been playing for over 2 years. I had like 68 shards on that one, mainly because I've skipped a lot of fusions on that account. Because I was on vacation for so long this year, and I didn't really have a chance to play it too much through February and March. But I've just been saving shards pretty crazily on that account, and we were able to get up to almost 70. And it's funny, on that account I have like every component I need to finally build an unkillable clan boss team, but I do not have Seeker. Seeker is my most wanted champion on that account. I know he's just an epic. I keep saving a lot of my Ancients up for these 2x events, hoping that I can finally pull a Seeker. And again, 68 shards, no Seeker. And the sad thing there was also, I think I only got 3 epics altogether on my main free-to-play. So the epic drop rates really didn't seem all that great. My main account only had like 23 shards, so I thought I would go ahead and pull those 2 and only got a couple of epics, nothing special there. But I don't, my main account, I don't really need any champions. I don't expect to get anything crazy there. And we did pull, I think, a Shamrock on my other free-to-play account. But that's about it there. So look at this, 11.2 million. So we're only at 20, I think we're about 23 million for today. So I don't know what's going on. Yesterday we were hitting 13 and 14. Today we're only going to 11.2. So still got to get some gear improved on these characters. Let's go ahead and jump into our champion roster here real quick and see if anything's changed from the other day after we had our big poll event. Now I have been going through and farming a lot of the food champions we got so we can kind of build up some 5 stars. And I did go ahead and 6-star Yaga the Insatiable. Because like I said, part of the reason we did pull on the Ancient 2X was we were hoping we could get a good Poisoner. We really didn't, so I went ahead and said, you know what, screw it. We're going to go ahead and build him up, and we are just waiting to see if we can get an accuracy banner for him, because I don't have one of those right now. We were able to move up and start farming Spider 13, so we're getting some 6-star drops now on those accessories. So hopefully we can get an accuracy banner for him pretty soon, which should give him a decent amount of accuracy to bring into Clan Boss as a poison champion to replace one of our rares that we have in there right now. Of course, silver is still a major problem, so it's probably going to be a little bit before we can get him built up to where we can bring him in for that. But let's go through here and talk about any of the new champions we pulled, if any of them are really that great. And there's really nobody here. The only 2 epics I did get that were any good were Romero, and that's kind of debatable whether he's good or not. The only reason I'm kind of keeping him and not feeding him is because he does have a lot of survivability things in his kit that may help us out for faction wars. He's got a lot of shielding, the increased defense, obviously, and he does have the synergy with Juliana. If we were to ever pull her, she'd actually be a halfway decent clan boss champion for us at this stage of the game. We did get a Duke de Pierce, who is pretty good as well. He's got some decreased defense, decreased attack, good kit for faction wars and a few other areas of the game. And then I got Old Hermit Jorg, who at this point I would usually think he'd be pretty solid, but we don't need him because we have Tagore and we also do have Maruka, so we don't really need a reviver for the orcs at this point. We kind of have that covered. Most of the others are just these rares you see. We did pull a Dune Strider. I actually do kind of like her as a champion, so we're probably going to use her in Faction Wars. We did get a Grave Chill Killer, who is an interesting champion. She does have the poison on the A1. She does have the decreased defense here. You know, you can get the 60% if they do have a poison debuff. So this is actually a champion I've thought about using, but I really don't want to blow resources in another rare champion. If it was Frozen Banshee, I'd think about it, and those two are actually a pretty good combination. But she's kind of sitting in the back of my mind as someone we could maybe bring in to replace Hyria, because that would give us quite a bit of poison in that team, and she's got the decreased defense too, which is something Deacon doesn't hit very reliably, so gives us another option there. But I don't know. We'll see what we do on this account. We're trying to have fun too and also be efficient, so you never know what I'm going to do, like 6-star Yaga the Insatiable. But as you can see here, we really did not get any, you know, groundbreaking champions. We didn't pull any legendaries. We still just have Staltus and Rhonda as our two main legendaries here. And this kind of brings me to my point about the problem with the game right now, is across all three of my accounts, all the summon events were really just not good at all. And I think summon events honestly just suck now. It's one of the reasons, you know, you kind of save your stuff now to pull for fusion events, or maybe if there's a guaranteed champion event you want to go for, or the one where it's like pull one legendary, get another. There's just so many champions in the game now. I don't know what the official number is, but it's like every patch they add more champions in, and then when you're trying to pull for the ones you actually want, it makes it pretty difficult to actually get the ones that you need. So it's kind of unfortunate that now we are kind of in this position where, you know, if there's a champion you really do want to get, like an epic or even a legendary, it's like good luck, because the champion pool has been so diluted at this point. You know, even with the latest event they did during the 4-year anniversary, they added 4 new Void Legendary champions, and it's debatable if any of those are, you know, really great top-tier champions. So if you think about it, you're trying to pull for a Warlord or a Siphi or whoever the Void champion is that you really want. Now you've got 4 more that have been added into that pool to dilute it even further. And that's been happening across the game, you know, for rares and epics especially. Now there's just so many champions in the game, and not all of them are great, not all of them are good, so there's going to be a lot that are just going to be food for you. And you know, if you're going for it, trying to get, like in our case here, we just want to pull a Frozen Banshee, and even that's hard to do now because there's so many rare champions in this game, you know, that you can get off the mystery shards and the ancient shards, that it's really kind of frustrating if you're trying to get that champion you need to build that team. You know, in my case, it's Seeker on my main free-to-play account, where we just have not been able to pull him at all. So, yeah, just some really frustrating stuff going on right now. I wanted to kind of gripe about it a little bit, and I think just in general, I know a lot of people are starting to feel that way, that the summon events are just really not worth it, and they just really don't feel that great anymore, especially when the epic rates seem to be so bad, as they were for me across all 3 of my accounts on this recent 2x Ancients. But let me know what you guys think down below. You know, just how your Ancients 2x went, if you pulled Shards for it or not. You know, always interested to hear how your all's experience is with the game. Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for this video. As always, hope you guys are having a great day. Thanks as always for watching, and I will see you again next time.